This is the team you trust. First in news, first in weather, first in high definition. NBC 10 News at noon begins right now.
Monday afternoon, January 9th. Thanks for joining us today on NBC 10 News at noon and online at turn10.com. And our top story this noon hour, presidential politics. Today's the last full day of campaigning in New Hampshire before tomorrow's Republican primary, and most of the candidates are concentrating on the southern part of the state today. And it's not only the candidates. The members of the Occupy movement have set up camp in the middle of one of the busiest areas for the campaigns and for the news media covering them. And NBC 10 political reporter Bill Rappleye is in the Granite State today. He'll be covering the preview to the primary itself, and we'll be hearing from him the day after, too. All right, he's in Manchester, New Hampshire now. Bill?
Hi, Frank. Yeah, the first voters will be casting ballots in less than 12 hours up at Dixville Notch as this campaign comes to a close. You have four candidates crisscrossing the state doing their best to try to cut into the lead of Mitt Romney, who's presumed to win this thing. It seems like the only question is how much he's going to win by and who will come in second and third. We got Ron Paul in the polls pretty much at second, Santorum and Huntsman doing their best today to sway those undecided voters. Newt Gingrich also out there all over the state. Some of them have 7 events today as they try to cut into that lead and roll out of here to South Carolina, where Rick Perry is already out and campaigning. But one thing you can count on in a New Hampshire primary is you bring out the people who really believe that the process can work for them or who feel that it is not working for them. As you mentioned, the Occupy protesters right on the other side of the hotel here where we are in Manchester have staged their own protest.
There's a clear theme of this particular Occupy encampment. Money is corrupting politics.
Hey, money here! Money here! Come get it! Bob, pull your money up! Pull your money up!
And given the location and timing of this Occupy camp and the primary week across from the network's hotel, there is a focus here.
They both represent the interests of the wealthy, and our message here is that's not working for the majority of us, and that it's time for change, true, actual change, not just voting for the lesser of two evils.
Bank of America is one of the largest lobbyists in the country, and the fact that we have such a strong lobbying culture in this country speaks volumes on the situation in America as far as representation in our government. We don't feel represented.
And one group has come up with an alternative. Democracy or Empire is trying to get ballots before all the voters in this primary, ballots they will count themselves and use to carry the message of the people to whatever politician is campaigning for whatever office, whether city council or president.
If I'm standing next to a stack of 100,000 of these, with 90% of the New Hampshire registered voters saying the same thing, it's powerful.
As usual, you can count on these people in New Hampshire to come up with different ways to try to affect this system. This primary, a little bit unusual compared to the ones we've been to before up here, partly because it seems to be one candidate who has it pretty much sewn up. The businesses down in the hotels, not quite as many people and as much activity as you normally see. And of course, the weather. The weather's a lot different than we normally expect to see up here. So we'll be looking a little bit about how this primary is different from primaries past when we come back to you in later newscasts. For now, reporting live, Bill Rappleye, NBC 10 News in Manchester, New Hampshire.